For those that know the story, and for those about to tap into the website to consider all the facts, and there's a lot more than just here, I've got some points to consider. Hall and gang wore no disguises. 30th December 1863, the Herald quoted John Gilbert in "The milk was spilt. They have to abide by it." The gang preferred English revolvers like Tranter's and Adams. They relied on a high volume of shots fired in the air for intimidation, although they were prepared to kill and sometimes took deliberate aim. Did George have low loads in his pocket Colt? Well, that would be for shooting vermin, rats, mice, around the house and farm buildings. If you look at the movie True Grit, John Wayne shoots a rat sitting on a bag of corn. And when I was younger, I knew Highlanders to use firearms in their house to shoot rats and mice. Written versions say that the bushrangers fired from 20 to 104 shots, while the Faithfulls fired 10. By a series of deductions and similarities, the common number is 94 rounds or shots fired by the bushrangers. But how was the gang to know how many shots they had? It's a bit hard to judge that they weren't going to attack because the kids only had one bullet left. One of the big concerns, another point, is why didn't Reggie and Monty, the two youngest boys, ever write about this? Were they a bit concerned about the way the story had been related? We have no evidence. If you do, please supply it. And then there's the mail coaches, the bullock wagon driver, the two men and girl. We have no reports from them, nothing said. We do have Maloney stating he arrived an hour and a quarter behind time, too late to deliver the mail bags to the Sydney coach, which after being detained for some time had been dispatched shortly after. So Maloney's the coach driver that was robbed, he's held up, and because of that, he's racing into goal. But you'd think that'd be big news when he gets there. Mate, you have no idea what I've just been through. And that's why I'm late, and that's why I've missed the Sydney coach. But no, not a word. I'd also like to know what happened to the Kerr's rifle and to the pocket Colt. Ironically, when Ben Hall was killed, he had on him a pocket Colt. We can only locate 2 bravery medals. Only one was issued by the Crown. 3 more were made by the father, William Pitt, or had made by him. So 4 in total. At the moment, 1 medal is in the National Museum and 1 is in the National Library. With the shootout, you've got a lot of noise, a lot of smoke, and a big property with a lot of workers. I cannot see why some of the farm workers did not hear the commotion and get involved. Now, if they had it and that had been recorded, maybe the boys would not have got a bravery medal if they'd had backup. Why doesn't the family book on Springfield give more to the story? It's got a very short piece on what would have been a story of major family impact, but instead it just glosses over it. So maybe they had some trouble or issues with finding out the correct story. Then we've got horses. 2 points. The horses would head for home. They head for the feed bowl. So when you're looking at Ben Hall chasing them around paddocks and them going in this direction or that direction, in all seriousness, Fairly quickly, the horses would head for home. They'd be caught at the front gate by Hall or caught heading to the front gate by Hall. We've got Hall supposedly jumping over that fence on a stolen racehorse. Racehorses are not trained jumpers. I doubt very much whether Hall ever jumped a racehorse over a post and rail fence to chase the boys back to the house. What if, just what if, Hall and gang did their usual, firing in the air. Caught in the moment, caught in the excitement, the boys fire back and then go, oops, we've bitten off more than we can chew, and they run away successfully. Unable to be caught and with a long-distance rifle firing back to hit a post, letting Hall and gang know, oops, we shouldn't go there. And why? The Kerr's rifle was good easily to 500 yards. The revolvers that the Hall gang were using were good to, accurately, 25 to 30 yards. They're not going to chase something they haven't got a chance of getting it. They can lob a short bullet. So these kids have got away quickly. Hall and gang aren't very happy. And I think that they've just peppered the wagon with a few bullets, because that wagon, Break, as it was called, stayed on the Springfield property well into the 1900s, and it literally showed off or flaunted as a badge of honour all these bullet marks in it. And I'm thinking, if the kids were in it, why didn't one get hit? It makes sense that they weren't even in it when the bullets were fired at it. So we've got an awful lot of things to consider. When you look at the website, we're going to have all the newspaper articles, all the letters. We're going to have some of the material from the books, and you can make up your own mind. But this has to be one of the most complicated bushranger shootout fights I've ever had to come across.